I'd like to introduce today's woman in fashion. Welcome, Verah Anjichi. Welcome to Double O Direct.
Thank you so much.
It's so nice to have you here.
Thank you.
It's crazy we haven't met, and yet the fit is so amazing. The length of this kimono is perfect.
That's so good to hear. I love it. And you look amazing in it.
Thank you so much. So tell me about yourself before we go into your fashion label.
Okay, so I am Verah Anjichi, like you said. I am 25 years old. I am a fashion designer, African inspired, and the founder as well. And I've been doing this for about 5 years now. So I think that's enough background.
Before you got into African inspired, what were your passions? What did you think you were going to be or to do?
I think I was more into diplomacy because so the whole journey started out in campus.
Yes.
And my second year of campus, I was doing international relations. So that was pretty much the path I was taking at that time.
Yes.
And so pretty much diplomacy, foreign policy, politics, the other things I like. Yeah.
In high school, what were your main concerns? What were your main hobbies?
I really liked business in high school. I liked music as well because I did music. I actually went to music school after high school. So I think I've tried quite a number of things already.
Can you read music?
No, I can't, but I can play the piano. And I used to sing. I don't think I can anymore. It's been a long time.
I thought singing is like riding a bike. Once you can do it, you can do it.
I think they're trained singers, and then there are people that are born to sing. So I think I was more of a trained one.
All right.
So, yeah.
What got you to fashion? What got you into design?
So I always just liked clothes. I think I like to say it's really that simple. Mm-hmm. And so I always just like clothes from a very young age. Yes. But I think so when it came now to the business, I had to narrow down. And I also always really liked African fabrics, and there's kitenge, Ankara. So that was really the background for African inspired. And then so it just developed from there. I just like the prints and the colors and
Of course, we're in a digital age, and you must have been exposed to other designers and their fashion and their muses and things like that.
Yes.
Anybody stand out to you just before you started, as you were starting out? Were there other designers, women or otherwise, that you looked up to, either in Kenya, regionally, across Africa, that you thought, wow, I love what so-and-so is doing?
Yes, I think so internationally, for some reason, I just like Verah Wang. I think because we had the same names, I paid attention to what she did. And I also there's so many brands I admired, but I would say locally, it's more of just stylists. Like I would see very nice styles. Like when I was starting out, I think brand Babu was already doing fairly well for himself. So I would really look up to him. Yeah, so I'd say I got a lot of inspiration from him.
What support did you get when you were like, okay, I'm not going into diplomacy. I'm not going to be a diplomat. What support did you get, either from family, friends, or even mentors?
Okay, I would say from family and mentors. It's always so surprising when you take such a different route from what they initially thought you would. But I think for them it's more of a waiting game. Let's see how this will turn out. Let's see if this is going to work for you. But I would say from friends, it was always so amazing because I would say they were my first clients, the first people to buy the things I made, the first few tops. So I think I received a lot more support from friends in the beginning. But I think with my family and with mentors, they just got to see what the potential of it, and then the support came thereafter.
Did you go into technical training for fashion?
No, I didn't. But I had someone who I would just watch and observe what they were doing. So it was more apprenticeship than anything.
Now I continue my conversation with today's woman in fashion, Verah Anjichi. The brand is African inspired. Why African inspired, Verah?
Okay, so I would say initially when I started out, I really just wanted to have the kitenge and Ankara outfits, and I think they're just known to be for it's more the African identity that the fabrics come with.
Wakanda forever.
Yes, Wakanda forever. So that's where it was coming from. So I thought just Africa, and the inspiration comes from this African fabric, so African inspired. And initially, I think I really struggled getting contemporary African designs, because kitenge designs have been there for a long time.
Yes.
But getting things that you can wear every day, you can wear kitenge to work, or just on a Monday morning was difficult to find. So it was more for a huge function or a wedding. So I was really looking towards finding contemporary designs that young people.
But why don't we do that? Why don't we
really
just wear like Mumbi?
Yeah.
Well, I want to order a kitenge.
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah.
My next meeting, I'm up for a board position. I'm just gonna rock up in a kitenge.
It's always the case, because when people come, I think it's okay, so it's improved now, because initially people would come and
they'll think you're Billy Abel,
or I have a wedding and I have to wear this. So that's when that's the only time they would actually buy it. You know, I have to.
Occasion wear.
Yeah, yes, occasion wear. But you want, so I was looking for it to be everyday wear.
Like
and
quick mat.
Exactly. You just go and buy and you can wear it on a Tuesday morning to work. And so I also just thinking towards contemporary African designs. So it was just African inspired.
I love it. And would you consider yourself an actual designer, or would you be more on a fashion entrepreneur?
So I would say I'm a bit of both.
Yes.
I actually do design outfits myself, like draw and come up with designs. But I also get a lot of inspiration from people that have already created items. I would say the fast fashion.
Yes.
So there's just a bit of both. But I like the custom more. So custom is good because you get to create something new for someone, something they can show up and no one else has had it before.
Like, I love this. This kimono design isn't necessarily new, but I love how it's unique in the detailing of the print and in the short sleeves. I love the short sleeves.
I love that you do.
And they're large enough, you know, they're wide enough that I could wear, let's say, a fitted like bodysuit, like a long sleeve bodysuit with it if it's a really, really cold day, or I could zhuzh it up in many different ways. So I like that unique element to your garments. But the belt, I have not worn the belt.
Why?
I didn't understand how, but you're going to show me.
It's just on top. So okay, so it's also more of an accessory.
Yes.
You could or could not use it and the outfit would still work out.
Yes.
But so I think I will show you after this how to wear the belt.
Excellent. Is this your 9 to 5, Verah? This is your main gig?
No, actually, because I do consult on the side.
Fashion consulting?
No.
Okay. Arms consulting. We are consultant for what?
Okay, so no. I consult on diplomacy and research at different.
Do you want to stay
but
behind?
African inspired does take a lot of my time.
I'm having the UK Deputy High Commissioner. Do you want to stay behind and ask us some tough questions?
I would love to because I still try. So I think I'm just like what. You know, like I am still trying to figure this whole career thing out.
Yeah.
So African inspired is a huge part of what I do every single day.
Yes.
But I also do other things on the side as I but you know, this is like where it seems like my heart is here. This is my everyday thing. But of course, with Nairobi, you need side hustles. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, Nairobi is that city.
Yeah,
Nairobi is that city.
No, yeah.
When it comes to your designs, do you go seasonal? Is it on demand? Are you just randomly inspired? How do you create?
Okay, so there's a bit of both. Sometimes it's just designs that I am inspired by, because then I get to create what people buy. So if there's something I feel really passionate about, there's sometimes I'm feeling silk, because now I've actually been able to diversify away from just African and kitenge, and I'm doing a lot more. Even though now the name is there to stay, and it's about 80% of what we do.
Yes.
But then there's a little bit of wanting to try out something different. Sometimes I want to try a bit of silk. I want to try a bit of that. But so I'm inspired by what I like, and then there's also what is popular on the market. There's a time palazzo pants is just what everyone wants, and you know, like I would say it lasts about 8 months, 8 to 10 months, and there's something new. So sometimes there's also the season. Also, there's weather plays a huge part. Like if I'm selling, I sell rompers as well, and I'm not going to sell that when it's cold, shorts or everything. So if it's cold, then now you have the ponchos and warm clothing, and if it's hot, you have the shorts and everything. So there's that as well. And then now there's the custom orders. People come to me, they tell me this is what I'd like, then now create something for me. Yeah.
You know, you also sent over a romper for me.
I did.
And I was thinking, okay, but as you've been talking, I've been thinking, if I had a fitted catsuit, a long-sleeved, black, shiny catsuit, you know, that one that, you know, if you wore it without anything else, people were like, yo, where are you going?
Yeah.
But if I had that, you know, the ones that start from your ankle, they go all the way up, they have the zip at the back, all the way, like black and shiny liquor, like something really, you know, stretchy. And then I wore the romper.
Yeah.
I think that would be hot.
That would work.
I think that would work.
Where would you wear that?
Okay, let me tell you. When I go to do my shopping, I don't just go to do my shopping. My shopping is my catwalk because most of the time I have them deliver shopping home.
Yes.
All right. So when I decide to now go out and buy stuff, it is an event. In fact, once the general manager of that chain had to come out and help me find, I don't know, potty plates or something, because he was like, who is this woman? What is she doing in our store? I'm going to assist her. But he did assist me, let me tell you that. But the point is, I think it's also important as a designer to help, because I'm a woman of a certain age, right? And you send me a romper,
yes,
I'm like, okay.
It's just not for you.
So you need to also assist us in how best to wear these items. I know for 18 to 24-year-olds, it's not much of an issue. But as you get older, give us some ideas.
Yeah. I think I would say also just I do target a certain age group. Like if you look at most of my designs, you can tell that they are for a certain age group.
Under 30s.
Of course, late. Under 30s. Because 30 is 20 these days. 30 is
That's how they lie to you.
I would say to about 35. That's my target market. 24 to about 35 years old. And yes, sometimes I realize that I project what I like, not what people like. And it's just constantly learning. Like, okay, this is what I like, but this is not necessarily, what would fit people across the board. Yeah.
Double O hosting the safe space for women, including segment hosts, which I'm currently looking for. So upload a short clip showcasing why you should be the one to co-host Double O Direct with me. Use the hashtag Double O Direct. But as I wrap up my conversation with the woman behind the fashion label African Inspired KE, it's African_inspired.ke on the gram.
Yes.
Is it registered?
Yes, it is. It is. The process of registration actually isn't as hectic as people think. So first is you have to register the name. So
Yes.
register the name African Inspired. And then you have to get a license, especially if you have a physical store. You get the license from the county government.
Do you have a physical store?
Yes, I do.
Where?
I have a physical store in the CBD at Taveta Shopping Mall, first floor M50.
Wow.
Yes, so yeah.
What
do
made
have
you
one.
register your business?
Because it's okay. So then it was just a little complication I had when you're trying to get a till number, and now there's carrier and everything. You really have to register.
There's not that now there's carrier. There's always been carrier.
There wasn't carrier, but I think now now they're really cracking down on everyone.
Yes.
So I think I had to, but also just to legitimize the business. I just felt it was good to have it registered.
How long ago did you do that?
3 years ago.
Wow, that's so amazing.
Yes.
What about funding? Do you feel that being registered has helped you get funding? Are you looking for funding? Have you ever received funding for your business?
No, I haven't actually. I've received a little bit of support from my parents over the years. But I think the thing about funding and also investment, it's very good, but there's also the risk of losing the freedom of running the business like I have.
Yes.
So I'm very careful looking at potential people that will fund the business. I'm not too quick for it, but I can see how important it would be in expansion of the business. Though it's not very much a
Other than
priority
yourself, who else is involved in African Inspired?
Oh, okay. So we have our team of 5 women, actually. We work
Yes.
with 5 women. There's a sales lady at the shop, and we have 4 tailors
Yes.
that we work with. So it's a team of 6 women.
Yes.
Yes.
Mentors for your business?
No,
Do you have any?
Mentors. I've really struggled with finding mentors in the industry because it always just feels very competitive. Like it's more, you want to ask like, how do you do this? Or but it always feels like, okay, if I tell you, then
You'll steal my ideas.
Exactly, you will steal my ideas.
You
So
know what our CEO once said?
Yeah.
Collaboration not competition. We thought it was crazy, but now you see there's method to that. Yeah.
Yes.
With collaboration, the industry in and of itself grows.
Yeah.
Are you on, for example, Shop Zetu?
No, I'm not.
Would you consider being? Have
I
you
would
thought
love
about
to.
it?
I have actually.
What stops you?
I have asked a contact there what it takes to get there, because you need to know, like, what does it take to be on Shop Zetu?
Yes.
And it's just never been very clear on.
One day Gishuru. Okay,
I would love to know that, because I would love it.
I'm not going to put her on the spot,
because
but
I have thought about it so many times. I even wanted to ask someone that works there. I wouldn't say who, but I just wanted to know how what does it take, because I can tell there's so many different businesses that are doing really well, and they do what I do as well.
The Africa just got onto Shop Zetu. I remember Zia was supposed to be on Double O Direct last week. She had a bit of an issue, so she wasn't on, but I saw on their social that they're now on Shop Zetu. That's something you want to do.
And they're really good as well. I would love that.
What about highlights? In the last 3 to 5 years, what moments with African inspired KE have really, put a smile on your face?
I would say one of the greatest highlights would be dressing a whole runway. This is again back in campus, because this is where we started, back in USIU. The whole runway for Mr. and Miss USIU, and for the African themed event. Yes. So that was very important for me, and it felt really good to just have everyone in my outfits. And then also during this campaign period, it's been very exciting to dress people vying. Yes. That's really a highlight, because I think for some reason now they want to wear this kitenge shirts campaigning. It's true. So it really has been such a highlight, just like watching them and seeing them in my outfits. And I think also, just for the most part, dressing people for their big days, their weddings especially, like the fact that you trusted me with that always means so much. Weddings, ratios always means a lot.
What about the challenges? You've mentioned, of course, the challenge of looking for a mentor and having someone in the industry mentor you. But what other challenges are you facing?
I would say the challenge is also, again, we have a lot of competition from Chinese outfits coming from China. I will not call them Chinese outfits. Like outfits, there's the competition where imports. For prizes, especially. Yes, exactly. So,
but are they African print?
Oh, now they have African print. Now they have everything.
So you're telling me I can import African print from China?
Yes, you can.
And then do I sell it as Olivia Otieno, or do they have their own label?
So that's the thing. When they come in, they're so cheap because, of course, there's mass production. So when they come in, they're so cheap. So competing with those prices is very, very difficult. Okay. So for you who takes maybe about 5 hours to do a single outfit, in the same 5 hours, they've done like 20,000 outfits. Wow. Okay. Because of course, it's automated, advanced everything. So there's a challenge of that and having to keep up with that. I think the other challenge also is just convincing people that kitenge and Ankara is something that you can wear every single day. It's not just for a big day, because if you were to wait for the big days, then it means business will not be as good, because you want to sell something that people actually need. So that has been a challenge, but I can see the progress over the years, that people now realize that Ankara and African inspired outfits are things that you could need every other day, and you could wear them every other day. It doesn't have to be a big day, because big days don't come every day.
True. Very, very true. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Verah
much,
and
Olivia.
It's been so great having you here on Double O Direct. So why don't you tell us how we can find you and how we can get your clothes?
You can find us on African_inspired.ke on Instagram.
Fantastic. African_inspired.ke.
Yes.
Have a great Saturday.
Thank you so much. Have a great one as well.
SpiceFM.